Hi everyone, Cendril. Welcome to another day in Stardew Valley with my lovely girlfriend Finn.
Hello everybody, Knight of Skylark, aka Finn Feather Dragon here.
Spirits are in good humor today. Not quite sure what kind of mood I'm in. Usually a good one. Huh?
What?
What'd you say?
I was going to say I'm in a fall mood.
In a fall mood. That would be the most appropriate. In a fall mood. Today's topic, I don't know how much Finn can talk about it, but I sure can. And this was directed kind of more at me, for sure. Did you ever, I don't think you've ever played this game, but did you ever watch my Let's Play of Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky?
Actually, I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
Okay, you've not heard of Legend of Heroes. Okay, it's a RPG that was translated and brought over. It has a very, I would say, cult following. Like, I don't think it's a very big RPG, at least not over here in the States. But the people that do like the Legend of Heroes series, like it's a series, are super passionate about it. So, there is, one, I played one of them on the channel. Because I kept, people kept telling me fantastic things about it. This is a great experience, you'll love it. Over and over and over again. And I said, okay, fine. I'll play it. And so I Let's Played Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. Which was the longest Let's Play on the channel until this. Because this will trump everything.
Yeah.
Probably forever. Will be Stardew Valley. But I played it. It was 89 episodes, I believe it was. Very lengthy RPG. Now, to avoid spoilers as much as I can, it was good. So the question was, when I'm bringing up Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, the question is, what is your standing point on Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky? The second one, that was just the first chapter. So several months ago, they came out with Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky second chapter. That's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful.
But it's the second chapter. Basically, the game was supposed to be way larger, but they broke it up into 2 games, basically.
Okay.
But the second game is even much longer than the first game, I've been told. So, I mean, if I play... That's one thing that turns me off from doing it. This game was long as it is, Stardew Valley. But I had a ton of fun with it. I don't know if I'll have a lot of fun with a second chapter.
You said it was 80-something videos for you?
I think it was 89 for the first chapter. And I've heard, people have told me that second chapter is about twice as long.
So you do about 30-ish minute videos, so almost a 45-hour game?
Yeah, I would say that. And people say second chapter is supposed to be double that. So we're talking like 180 episodes.
That's too long of a game.
That's...
Stardew Valley is long, but...
Stardew Valley is long, but it's because of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, it's long, but I have so much fun with Stardew Valley. Now, I was asked what's my standing on this game, on Legend of Heroes, because that game was the ultimate roller coaster ride. And not in the good way. Like, my feelings for that game shifted from, should I quit this Let's Play? To, I finally see what people say is really awesome about it, to everything in between. From sadness to feeling good, to being angry. Like, there were a few points in that game I got severely angry. And I asked, I'll never forget this. It was the one Let's Play so far, other than Final Fantasy VII, just because of what's happened to it. I'll get back to it eventually. But Trails of the Sky is the one Let's Play that I really thought about punting partway through the LP. And just being like...
a roller coaster, or...?
Because I was... Well, the first time it's because I was bored.
Oh, no.
I'm bored! Entertain me. In the words of, Ruby Rose. By the way, just as a side note, if you all haven't seen, like, I really don't watch RWBY. Cow, not the pig, who has no milk anyway. I don't really watch RWBY, but if you're looking something to get a lot of laughs at, go check out RWBY Chibi. It's really funny. It's super funny. They're just short videos of, like, the RWBY characters kind of, like, doing some skits, basically, with chibi animation. It's adorable and hilarious at the same time. So, check that out. Yeah, that's what that line was from. Anyway.
Anyway, back on topic.
Back on topic of Trails in the Sky. So, what happened with Trails in the Sky is the first, like, I kid you not, the first... I would say I'd have to go back and look for real to be sure about this. The first 27 or so episodes you could skip and miss nothing, in my opinion.
Okay, maybe that's why it sounds familiar to me, because I think maybe we were talking about it one night and you were complaining about it or something.
Maybe. It's possible.
Anyway.
It's just a super boring start to a game. Just period. Like, there's no saving it. And, like, even the fans will say, yeah, it has a really slow start. Okay, you know, we can move on from that topic. You know, it has a really slow start. Like, I went to the length of asking the viewers, the people who commented, do you want to see more Trails in the Sky? Yes or no? And if I got enough no's, I was gonna punt. I was just gonna flat out, okay, this LP is over. You know, I'm sure it's a great game, but
done.
But I'm done. And like, I don't do that on the channel, but I was gonna do it. But people wanted to see more, so I did. So I continued to play, and it did get a lot better. The ending was... I'm not going to say anything about the ending to the first chapter, because I can't say anything without spoiling. It's, memorable. I'll say that. 20,500 wood, 200 stone. Let me go grab that.
Stay open, Robin.
She didn't close till 5, I believe? So, anyway, I wanted to punt on the Let's Play. But I didn't. We played through it. It had its ups and downs. Overall, it was a good RPG. Not super fantastic like everybody told me, in my opinion. But it was a good RPG. Now, the deal is, and I think this is what the question is getting to, what's my standing point? Because people want me to play the second game. And I have told them what I have told all of you here, how I feel about it. What was it? Do you remember? To build?
200 wood, 200 stone. Just bring all of it.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just take all of it and have enough. Anything else? I think it was just wood and stone. Okay. Yeah. Anyway,
and money.
And money, which we have money. I've told people this as well, that I might get to the second chapter someday. And the last time I looked, which was a few months ago, there were practically no Let's Plays for the second chapter. So if I did a Let's Play for the second chapter, people would come in and watch. No!
Oh, are you kidding me?
Robin! You! House!
Dang it. Okay, next time we go to see Robin, we have to bring the stuff with us.
Yeah. I always forget to do that. Like, I always get there and then, like, run back to get the stuff.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah, I just don't think about bringing the stuff with me. Anyway, it's Friday. They're probably taking off early to go to the saloon.
The saloon's gonna be hopping tonight, so.
Well, that's a shame. I'll do that tomorrow.
I said go to the saloon, but Penny wouldn't like that at all,
Probably not.
considering her mom.
Yeah. Anyway, know what I wanted to do. I keep telling them, if I do it, if I ever get in the mood to play through second chapter, like I ever just gear myself up to really want to do it, I'll do it. But I just have so many mixed feelings about the first one that I don't want to play through it. Like, I just have no want to play
No
through.
desire at all.
Yeah, I don't have the desire at all to play through the second chapter. I kind of want to see what happens to the characters, but I don't know. It just wasn't
Salmon. Tasty.
nice. I don't think I've caught a salmon before. Maybe I have. Maybe last year.
Don't remember.
I just don't have the desire at all to play through the second chapter. If I ever do play the second chapter, it'll be as a Let's Play. Like, I won't play it through on my own. If I ever want to play it enough to play it, it'll be as a Let's Play. So I've told people that. But that's where my standing point is. It's a good RPG. It's a really good RPG. I guess it was the people that were super passionate about it may have burned me out on it, with a combination of how slow the story was at the beginning.
Right.
The characters weren't likable at the beginning either. They grew on me. Like, especially the main protagonist girl. Mm-hmm. You know, she really did. Because she started to, like, grow up. And I liked that. Like, one of the major characters that got all this hype, he didn't impress me. So, like, I don't like him at all now.
Well, what made it a really good RPG?
The world building. The world building in Trails of the Sky is amazing. Which, part of that is the beginning, but they could have shored that up. It was way, 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 way too slow. But you find out about kind of like the world. Like, it feels like a world. You find out about these different kingdoms, how the citizens feel in their kingdom, about kind of relations between the kingdoms, the technology that's used, how it's used, why it's used that way. Like, there's so much just in-depth minutia, if you want it, about the world.
So just kind of like what Echoes is doing with his lore.
Yes, it's like what Echoes is doing with this lore, but probably even better if you go and look for all the stuff.
Right.
Like, there's, like, books that are lying around and stuff like that. If you talk to all the NPCs, the world building in Trails of the Sky is phenomenal. The characters are unique. I can tell that there's some depth behind the characters. Now, that being said, there were some characters that rubbed me the wrong way. But, overall, the characters had a lot of depth to me in them, especially as you play through the game. What else? The combat mechanics are solid. I won't say they're fantastic, because they felt a little bare bones to me. I'm sure many people would disagree with that, but to me, a diamond. Wow.
Diamond. Okay.
I'll take that. To me, the combat felt a little bare bones. It had some great ideas, and they're probably fleshed out in the second game. But in the first chapter, they were a little bare bones to me.
What's the battle system? Like typical turn-based?
It's has a time bar.
Okay.
To see when the character's going to. I think, man, it's been so long. that's how kind of forgettable the combat was in Trails of the Sky. I don't remember it very well. I do know it had to where you could, like, move around, which was supposed to add some, like, strategy-type element to it, but I didn't use it very much, because it wasn't, you just didn't need to use it. And, it wasn't, like, a free roam. It was, you had to go to, like, a square. And sometimes that didn't help you because you're, like, trying to line up a spell, because spells have, like, area of effects, or, like, line. So you're trying to line up all the enemies in this line, and just moving to a square doesn't necessarily get you exactly where you need to go to get everything in this line.
Okay.
So, it was, you didn't have as much control as I think they wanted. Or it's just, you didn't get much control at all. When it came to that. Other than that, what happened, is you get I forget what the heck it's called, orbments or something like that. And basically they're like little crystals you put into this watch type thing you have. And depending on which ones you put in, you get different spells. So if I put in like a red quartz, which gives like strength, it also gives me fire spells.
Okay.
So they did double duty. You got stat boost from them, and they added elements to give you spells. So this was really cool. I got to give the game credit here. You had like this handbook you had. It was basically your tutorial book. And you like flip through it, you pull it up. It's your menu basically.
Yeah, but you could access it anytime you wanted.
Yeah, you could access it anytime you wanted. Not in battle, but you could access it.
Well, yeah.
You know, anytime you wanted. And you, it had what you needed to get every spell. So it would tell you, hey, you need 5, basically fire element worth to get this fire spell. And that was cool. So you weren't just flailing around. You could combine different ones, so you could have, like, you know, some fire and water spells. And if you had enough of certain types, you get, like, big spells. Like, there was this one spell I had that, like, broke the game, basically. I mean, I used practically nothing but that spell. And just, it smoked everything. It was a fantastic spell. Was it easy to get? No.
No.
But
It shouldn't be.
once, like, I had the right elements, like, I changed, and it was kind of spells that I wanted anyway. So, or, like, the element bonuses that I wanted anyway. So once I had it, like, I just used it. And that was a huge chunk of the fight. I mean, it helped me a ton through that. But while it was fun, it just felt, I don't know, like, incomplete, the combat system. And again, there's probably more of it in the second game.
Right.
Like, they really fleshed it out.
Probably polished it a little bit more.
Yeah, you know, it probably opens up more stuff and you get to do more things. Like, again, it was split into 2 games. But for every good thing Trails in the Sky did, it did something bad to me, too. And just left, like, a bad taste in my mouth. And so overall, like I say, it's good. But there was just, it had its bad points, too. Like, everybody that says it's the end-all, be-all RPG, like, I just can't agree with that. It has problems.
Do you have an RPG that would be an end-all, be-all?
Me?
Yeah. Or is that too loaded of a question?
That's a super loaded question. Because there's so many RPGs that I do like. That are fantastic, but not necessarily, like, it's hard to choose one.
Right.
Like, I've got, like, a top 5, not, you know, list. I have to, like, write it out or something. But, you know, there are games that I would put at the top,
Higher.
you know, higher on my list.
I got you.
Final Fantasy IV, while it has problems too, it's a fantastic RPG. Like, it does a lot of things really well. Like,
Well,
especially
any game
for
you play
its
is gonna
time.
have problems.
What?
So any game you play is going to have problems.
Yes.
So.
Dragon Quest VIII is fantastic. It has very few problems. It's a fantastic RPG. That's up there. Trying to think of some other RPGs.
Might need another episode for that.
I probably do need another episode for that. Maybe some other time. We'll see if there are questions and stuff that pop up.
Yeah.
But there are some RPGs that I do hold higher, like in my like top tier list, and Trails in the Sky is not one of those. Like it's just not. It's a good RPG though. Like it's not one of those RPGs that I say never buy it. It stinks. No, it's a good RPG. I recommend people to buy it and play it for themselves. You just need to know going in. Like my thing is that I kind of wish was warned to me. Like even though I wanted to play it blind, you need to get past the first like chapter and a half.
Oh no.
It's a long time. Like I'm not kidding. You got to get past like the first chapter and a half before the ball really starts rolling. And people say, well, no, you needed all that world building you talked about. There's a difference. You can world build and you can character build without boring my mind. Without making me just want to turn off the game. Because that's what I felt like. It wasn't engaging at all at the beginning. To me. There was one part that was engaging at the beginning, but it lasted like 3 minutes, so it wasn't enough. That's just me. That's how I feel about it. It's a good game. People should buy it. People should play it. But as for me doing the second one, I'll have to really get in the mood. I'll have to be able to set aside all the bad moments of the first game. Take a deep breath and play the second game. And I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that. So, there you go. Oh, one RPG that I would probably put at the top of my list is Chrono Trigger.
I was wondering if you were going to say that.
That is probably my number one RPG. Like I said, Dragon Quest VIII is really up there. Final Fantasy IV is really up there for me personally, just because of what 4 means to me. But as a game, Chrono Trigger is phenomenal.
I can agree with that.
It would be in my top 5 for sure. It's a phenomenal RPG. Anyway, maybe more on that later. Some of other Cendril's favorite RPGs. Until then, for Finn,
I've been Night Skylark. I'll see y'all later.
I'm Cendril9. Remember to shoot for the stars and take care, everyone.